Hi, it's Brian with the Turner Ranch. In this video, I'm going to go over some miscellaneous things, not all related to giant pumpkins. Actually, most of it's not going to be related to giant pumpkins. Just other stuff we got going on around here. This video is actually probably going to be on the shorter side of videos. Just want to give some updates and show you some of the things that we got going on this spring. Stay tuned. I'm going to show you some stuff I have going on with the grape plants that I planted last year. Doing a little work with those today. I am going to go over and explain a few things that about our apple trees that we have next to my giant pumpkin patch, as well as show you a new toy or tool, I guess, that I'm super excited to try out this year with my giant pumpkins. It's something I've wanted. I see other growers using it, and I'm excited to give it a try this year, and hopefully it helps push me above that 2,000 pound mark. I've noticed that about 86% of the people watching my videos aren't subscribed to the channel. If you could please subscribe to my channel, it'd be greatly appreciated, it'd be helpful. I'm trying to get to at least 100 subscribers here in the near future so I can do a giant pumpkin seed giveaway. If you could do that, that'd help me out a lot. Thank you. I don't think I have any video of it, but I was out metal detecting on my parents' farm earlier today and found my first ever coin. Unfortunately, it was only a 1980 penny, but it was kind of cool because it was the first coin. I did look a little bit more, and I did find a 1974 dime, but then I did find a 1910 penny, so that was kind of cool. If I think about it, I'll pop a picture of it up on the screen here. I just want to show you quick some other stuff I got going on here. If you see these green poles right here, those are where I planted grape plants last year. I really don't know what I'm doing with them, but I had them run up those stakes for now, and actually what I'm going to do right now is put those posts in the ground. Those posts are from some horse fencing we had, or actually we had it ready for horses, but it's actually those posts were in the way where we're building our barn right now. So they came out before the pad was put down. Those posts are going to be the ends of the wires that hold the grapevines, if I get them to grow the way they need to. From what I'm reading, it sounds like I probably won't have grapes for probably till next year. I think they said on the 3rd year. So we'll see how they go, but right now my plan is this morning to try to get the post in the ground. As you can see, I was able to get one of the posts in the ground. I'll work on the next one. I got it about maybe 3.5 feet in the ground, which might not be quite deep enough for our frost, but I wanted enough sticking out of the ground so the grapes had enough room to go up. So there's one in the ground. I'll have to work on the other one next for the other end. I was able to get the second post in the ground. Now you can see I got the one on the far end there. I got one right behind me. Here's a chunk of clay that I pulled out of the hole, so you can see what we're dealing with here. I got clay in my pumpkin patch. Got clay up here. So I end up putting good soil on the top, compost and other soil from the pasture. But yeah, we got a lot of clay, which I don't know. I guess I don't have to water as much typically as others that have sand, and I think it helps hold nutrients. At least that's my thought. So yeah, I only got 3 grape plants. Guess that's what I'm gonna start with, see how they go, and if I like it, I'll expand at some point. The grape plants that I have, that I planted last year, Somerset, seedless grapes. I think if I remember they're supposed to be a good red table grape, just for eating. So I don't plan to make jam or wine at this point, but maybe in the future if I expand and get some other varieties, I'll plan to do that. Another thing I spent some time on recently, it's hard to get this in the camera, but apple trees. I am attempting to prune them, trim them. Don't really know what I'm doing, so if you have a lot of experience with this, let me know, give us some comments. Mainly I was trying to just thin out some of the branches. You probably can't even tell what I did, but it was a lot thicker before. Trying to thin out some of the branches and get the branches that are kind of going in towards the center, growing back towards each other. Get rid of those. Mainly just trying to thin out the apple trees so they have more airflow and probably less likely to deal with disease and other things. So you can kind of see the different apple trees. We have, I think it's on this row that's closest to me, there's 5 Cortland apple trees, and there's four Cortland up front here, and then in the back there's 5 Honeycrisp apple trees. We planted these because they were cross pollinators, so they can pollinate each other. So that's what we got going down here. These are right next to my existing giant pumpkin patch. So one thing I'm super excited about is I just got this in the mail. I see a lot of the other giant pumpkin growers using them. It's the first time I've ever had a broadfork. Plan to use it this spring here when it gets a little bit warmer out. The ground's still a little bit frozen here. But yeah, I got this, it's a 14-inch, got 14-inch tines on it, or blades, or whatever you call them. It's the Meadow Creature Tall. So excited to give it a try. Never used one before, but it seems to work for other growers. So it's my plan. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing the things that we got going on around here besides giant pumpkins right now. The grape plants, I'm getting excited to see how those do this year. Still have some work to do getting the wires put through the posts and figure out how I have to trim those. So if anybody knows much about grapes, I don't really know what I'm doing to prune them and get them ready for the second year of growth. As far as the apple trees, last year we had quite a few, I guess. I think maybe 4 or 5 of our trees actually had a handful of apples on them. The year before that, we only had 2 apples. So I think each year we're gonna get more and more. As far as the broadfork that I got, I'm excited to give that a try. I think it's gonna make a difference, get those roots down deeper. It's one thing that I've wanted to try. I've just got a really cheap tiller right now, and I don't wanna be tilling up and killing things in the soil and breaking down the soil so much. So I'm hoping the broadfork's gonna help me get those roots down deeper. You'll definitely see the broadfork in a future video when I'm getting the rest of the patch ready. Probably after I get the amendments spread out, I'll maybe till them in lightly, and then I'll broadfork it. Maybe I'll just broadfork it with the amendments on. I'm not sure yet. I gotta think about that a little bit. If you're still watching, thanks for following along. Please subscribe. I'm really trying to get the subscribers up to at least, I know it's not a high bar, but I'm trying to get at least to 100 right now. When I get to 100 subscribers on YouTube, I'm going to do a seed giveaway for my 1,931 pound pumpkin and my 1,970.5 pound pumpkins. Hopefully I can get to that point, hopefully soon, because it seems like it's growing slowly. But yeah, if you see this, please subscribe. Please like the video, give it a thumbs up, and just follow along, because I'm planning to document my season as well as other things that are happening around our place. I'd also really appreciate it if you went out to Instagram. If you're on Instagram, if you could follow us on Instagram, it's at the Turner Ranch. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions or feedback, please leave it in the comments. If you have any tips on grapes, if you have any tips on pruning apple trees, or if you have any experience and have any tips on using a broadfork in your patch, it'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Bye.